It's a pleasure.
Look, this show is about stories. So instead of like you introducing Herman, what's the story of Herman Chow?
Okay, before I became self-employed, 6, 7 years ago,
Mhm.
I've always worked for an employer, 9 to 5, regular job, regular income. And during my last job, I had a very severe burnout, and it led to depression and suicidal thoughts.
Mm.
So,
Stop.
yeah,
Full stop. Suicidal thought. Just because you're disappointed with your work?
yeah. Actually, it was my third time going back to the last employer,
Hmm.
and at the beginning, it was fine. 1 year later, there was an organizational shift. So I was assigned to new task, which I hated. I'll use the word hated. So I dragged myself to work every day, not enjoying what I was doing. So that led to burnout and depression, and it accumulated over many months.
Why you kept
And I
coming
couldn't
to
get
the
out
same
of that
employer?
rut.
Yeah, right. Why you keep coming to the same employer? Good question.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, they asked if I was interested to return to them
Hmm.
3 times. So I said, okay, because the first 2 times I really enjoyed working with them or for them.
Hmm.
So the third time they asked me, okay, um, I
Okay.
said yes, because the job before that, it was very pressurizing. Even though I loved that job, it gave me high salary, but it was pressurizing. So I
Hmm.
said, okay, let's go back to my previous employer.
Mhm.
That's how it happened.
Okay, all right. I know
Um,
sometimes circumstances are not to our side, but what happened happened, right? So
yes,
how did you reach to the suicidal thing in your head? Just
because I
quit.
felt sorry.
You just could have quit rather just reaching there, right?
I wasn't sure if I could get another job if I quit, and probably I wasn't secure about myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that didn't come into my mind of quitting. So I was forced to see the company doctor, which I was reluctant to go because company doctor, the name suggests they will cite the employer. But because as a regulation, I have to go and see a company doctor. But it didn't help.
Hmm.
So at that time, I happened to come across a very established photographer online. I
Beautiful.
love her work. So I started buying online courses from her. And she emphasized a lot about printed photographs. The
Beautiful.
moment she said that, it, it's like an aha moment. I started to look back and I realized I do not have a lot of printed photographs of me and my father who died many years ago.
Hmm.
So that was a trigger moment. It's like, oh, is that a sign from the universe? And because I want to get out of that difficult situation, and I said to myself, okay, maybe this is a sign for me to fire myself from that employer
Hmm.
and start to become a self-employed photographer, which I did.
Wow.
That's how it started.
But that was a strong driver to kick you out and to decide to make this big decision, right? Yeah, the universe tried many times with you, but till like it pushed you till the
Yes,
end,
yes.
right? And now you got it. You have to quit.
Yeah,
Amazing, man.
almost drove me to grave.
Wow. Can you say that again?
It almost drove me to my grave, but I woke up
Wow.
at that time.
I'm glad you woke up and you find that at least light at the end of the tunnel, a bit of light that hey, you have a different direction now. and you went
Yes,
through
I thought
that.
it was a good decision.
Amazing, amazing. So
Mhm.
if we say that was hard lesson to learn, what was um, your most important lesson you learned after this
It made me
tragedy, let's
realize,
say?
it made me, is there internet problem? The connection?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You got the question, right?
yeah. It made me realize that life is short. We have to do what we love.
Hmm.
That's the lesson I've learned.
Wow.
And now I'm doing what I love, photography.
Have ever faced such crazy thoughts after that?
You mean crazy thoughts after being a photographer? I
No,
didn't understand your question.
suicidal.
Oh, no, 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 not anymore, not anymore. Yeah,
What
because
what what do you do to keep yourself motivated afterwards in photography?
um, earlier I was talking about this established photographer, emphasizing the importance of printed photographs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to convey this message to all the people out there. That's my motivation, to be
Mm.
photographed with their loved ones before anything happens or before it becomes too late, because life
Oh,
is unpredictable.
oh boy.
That is the motivation for me to go forward. Because a lot of women, because I photograph a lot of women are very insecure about themselves.
What do you mean by insecure?
They don't like to be photographed. They hate their body image. They
Oh,
criticize about their flaws.
yeah.
I can tell you that if I show a photograph on my camera to 10 women, 9 out of 10 will start to look flaws on themselves
Oh, yeah.
and not seeing themselves as a whole picture, celebrating who they are, how far they have come.
Yeah, yeah,
That is
yeah. I
insecurity.
agree. Okay. That's so interesting. And if I may say so, photographers are like those who are high sensitive. They feel the just like they had to be treated as an artist because
Mhm.
sometimes they see some things we don't see. Or is it like am I being realistic here, or just like I'm just repeating some code? They have different sensation and feelings about this. How do you feel this is worth taking a photo woman
Mhm.
rather just like any woman can be a great photo? What do you say about it?
I totally agree with you. I think there is something about creatives, that we have the eye to see something different that, well, I'm still a normal person. I think regular people do not see, because I specialize in portraits.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, well, maybe it's a gift from the universe that I have the eye to see something different, that I can bring something out of you into your photograph that make you look great, phenomenal, beautiful, and gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they need professionals like us.
Mm-hmm. Is it like you learn the skill or do you have it in you? Like you have to know all the functions in the camera. Because of that, you get a great picture, or because you love taking photography?
A very good question, because a lot of photographers, they focus on the techniques.
Hmm.
But for me, I'm a more human to human photographer. I love to bring that personality out of a person into that photograph. So if you're looking for a technical photographer, I'm not the person for you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Of course, I did learn some technical
Techniques.
stuff about the camera. That's important. But in general, I love to work with somebody, a human being, and to dig out that personality.
Can you give us uh, a good story that you keep remembering of a lady you took a picture with and you love what you did?
Yes, I remember when I was a volunteer at a secondhand shop here in the Netherlands. There was a colleague. Um, she told me her story. She became very unhappy after her father died because she feel that all the time she was looking after her husband and her son. She felt worthless.
Hmm.
And then I talked to her. I said, why don't you come to the photo studio and over and see how that changed your life? She was reluctant.
Yeah.
She declined my offer twice.
And
So the third time I approached her again, and finally she agreed to do the photo shoot reluctantly. Yeah?
yeah.
And she asked me this interesting question: what should I wear? So I offered this
Good.
service to her. I went shopping with her
Oh,
to buy clothing. Yes.
interesting.
And interesting, yes. What I've realized is during the shopping spree, she was like a little girl. She was so enthusiastic, interesting, joyful, looking for clothing, even though she had no idea what kind of clothes suit her best. So at that point, I know, okay, she's into this because she's very lively during the shopping. So she came to the photo studio, had her makeup, hair done, total makeover. And when she turned herself and looked into the mirror, I could see tears coming down her eyes because she couldn't believe that she could look so gorgeous. And
Wow.
after the photo shoot, she told me that she's a changed person. Every time she goes out of her house, she makes sure that she will tidy up herself. She will put on some makeup and dress well. So that was a change in her life after the photo shoot.
Wow. Is that part of your passion to make people feel better, or it
Yes.
happened by chance?
Yes, I like to see people happy because, like I said, a lot of women are not happy with the way they look.
Yeah, especially
So
women, I
I,
believe. Yeah.
yes, we're not talking about men here. Men have insecurities as well, but I focus on women. Yeah. But men do not express that as open as well as how I can see women doing that to themselves. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
nice. I had to say it's beautiful, and this kind of stories is like what motivates you more because you feel to yourself adding value and changing lives, people's life, right?
True, true. Because a photo shoot, whether you know it or you don't, it can change your life and the way you look at yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
When is your next booking? I can come to the Netherlands. I need some photos.
I can do a virtual photo shoot for you from the comfort of your home. You don't
Oh
have to
boy.
fly here.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Amazing.
Yeah. That's one of my services.
Let's go to the final fun part. How about that? Are you up to it?
Yes, yes. Bring it
I
on.
have this question. I know I repeated it, but it's stuck here, so I want to ask it to you. Just go ahead, all right? You are
Mm-hmm.
there driving your car in a very rainy, stormy night.
Yeah.
You only have one seat available plus the driver, okay? One seat available plus the driver's seat.
Mhm. Okay.
And at one spot, you find three people at the sidewalk. First
Okay.
one is your very close to you best friend, yet you owe him a favor.
Okay.
Second one is an old lady who needs emergency help. She needs to go to the hospital to get taken care of. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Third one is the dream girl lady or second part of yours, dream of your life. Okay. What would you do?
So
And
this is your funny
remember, the
question.
question is, what would you do? It's not like just pay attention to the question.
It's just like if your mother and your girlfriend fell into the ocean, who would you save first? So something like that.
Something like that.
You know what? In order to please all of them, I would get out of my car and just sit there and discuss with them what I should do about it. Yeah, that's my answer to your question,
And
right? Because
you'll stand up in the rain with them and just
yeah,
leave the car.
I'll do that. I'll do that because if I pick up the old lady, the other two will be unhappy.
Yeah,
So for all of them to be unhappy, to be happy, I'll get out of the car, I'll be in the rain with them and talk about it. And the
nice.
decision lies with them.
Nice one. I love it. Okay,
Hey, since you're asking me this question, can I ask you one question?
sure.
Because at the beginning of our communication, you said something like, I can't resist not to insist to invite you as the next guest on my show. What
You
is
know
the
what?
reason you can't resist?
Because I felt like you're, in social media perspective, you're just like posting things never expected. And this
Uh-huh.
is like a kind of personality that can be shining wherever it goes, wherever it shows. That kind of person is like definitely my guest on my show. So
I
thanks for
see.
being here.
Thank you for your invite. Thank you.
Let's go to my second question. Don't escape that.
Oh, okay.
What would you do with $1 million?
You know what? I've always thought of giving money
No
to
way.
build a school in Africa to educate those people, especially orphans, who do not have the chance
This is
to
for real.
study.
For
Sorry?
real. This is for real. Okay.
For real? Yeah, yeah. I've these thoughts in the past.
Nice.
So now I have the $1 million. I would do that.
Amazing. And how much out of this $1 million you will spend in Africa?
You know what? As much as they need to get the school running, and
Wow.
I think the rest I would give it to my family. And I love traveling. I would also travel and pamper myself, travel around the world.
Okay. Amazing. Nice answer. Last one. If I had a choice between two superpowers, being
Mhm.
invisible or flying, which one would you choose?
I love flying. So I choose flying because I love to travel.
Amazing. That was a good, I cannot say good or bad, but it's like you. This is you.
Yes, yes.
That was so lovely, Chow, for you to be my guest this day and being here with me on Monday Talks. And would love to ask you one last thing.
Mhm.
You have the mic. What would you like to wrap this session with? What kind of quote, message, whatever you like?
Oh, you mean the microphone? I have the microphone,
Yeah.
the mic. Okay. Okay. The
You
same
have something in
message.
mind?
Yep, I will say out the same message. Go and have photos taken with your loved ones and get them printed out, not digital, printed out before something happens to someone in the family.
Amazing. That was nice close up. And thank you very much, Chow, for being with me here today. Everybody else, thank you very much for attending this session. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye.